Hi everyone and welcome back to 5 Minute Family Search. So now what I would like to show you is how to search for a memorial in the Find a Grave mobile app. So we're just going to go ahead and click on search for memorial, and what that means is we're just going to look up our relatives and our ancestors in the app itself. So here are my choices. I'm going to come in and I'm just going to type by last name. Now their search engine is a very simple one. You really don't want to fill in all the fields because it limits your results a lot. So, like I said, it's simple. You can't do sounds like or anything like that in this app. And so you kind of want to keep it basic by name and you can expand out from there. So I am just going to put in Vriesacker. And I know that my grandfather lived in Wisconsin. So I'm just going to put the last name because I want to pull up all of the Vriesackers that may have lived in Wisconsin. So I'm going to skip the birth and the death. I'm going to come down here to country and I'm going to put in United States of America. And I'll come down to state and I'm going to scroll down to Wisconsin. So I'll click on that. So now I would want to hit this button, and I have done that so many times in the program here, but that actually is the clear button, so you don't want to touch that. You want to go up here to the top right hand corner and click search. So when I do, it's going through all of Wisconsin and finding all of the Vriesackers that are in Find a Grave, and there are quite a few here. So here are my options. I can go through and open up each one and look at it, which is what I will do, but for now I'm just going to go ahead and click on my grandfather. So it's retrieving his memorial so I can look at it. Now these are the different things that I can do here. So let's start up here in the top right hand corner. If I click on this camera icon, I can add a photo. So I can choose an existing photo off of my device, or I could go ahead and take a picture. And so my other choices are more. Let's wait for that to come up. I can add a GPS coordinate on here. So if I am actually at the cemetery and I am taking a picture of his headstone, I can click add GPS and that will log it into Find a Grave. I can come here and I can click share and that will let me share it on Facebook or via email or a text, anything like that. Now, if I click Save To, I'm going to create a virtual cemetery. So what I would want to do is create a cemetery for the Vriesacker family. That way, anytime that I find anything relating to Vriesacker, I'll just put them into the cemetery, and it's just a virtual cemetery for me to see, and that will help me to keep all of the family together. And the great thing about this is because you can see how everybody fits either on a timeline or you can plot it out by where they lived and see their migration pattern. There's just different ways that you can use this information. So I'm going to go ahead and put in Vriesacker. Now I want to keep this private. I don't want everybody to be able to access it. So I'm just going to say no. Please don't show this to the public. And I'm going to click add. And then I'm going to come back out. Oh, I'm sorry. You want to come up here and click done, and it'll take me back out. Now, another option in that more is you can come down here and you can pin him. And when you pin him, it just puts it into another cemetery that you have created of pins. So I have created now a cemetery for Vriesacker, and I have created a, let's say a board that I have pinned people to, and now I have pinned him onto my board or my virtual cemetery so I can keep up with his information. So I'm going to scroll down. Well, let me come back up here. If I wanted to request a photo, I could just come in here and I could ask somebody to do a photo for me. And it says when making a photo request, you have the option of adding notes for the photographer. Please try and get plot information ahead of time if possible. So if I wanted to, I could go ahead and click request, and that would send a note saying that Jackie Maxfield, who lives in Utah, would like a picture of this headstone. So I'm going to go ahead and click cancel. Now let's just scroll down. Here is his name, his birth, and his death. Family, if I click on Betty, it's going to take me to her information, and that is really what I love about this program is you can find other family when you look through and they have put in these links here of other family members. Down here in inscription, it just gives me more information on him and his bio, and it tells me his burial information, his plot, He's buried in northern Wisconsin, the phone number for the cemetery and who created it, and then the memorial number. So there's actually a lot of information on this screen that you can go in and access and learn more about your relative.